very happy to see all of you under the leadership of Dr. Wike and FCT. And JICA has been working closely with the national government for a long time. Today we distributed this handout about the activities in this country since the 1960s. And we have office in Abuja, but before we had office in Lagos when the capital was there. So since then, we've been working with the national government for the people of Nigeria for a long time. In particular, three areas in social and economic development. One is sustainable economic development, represented by infrastructure development, agric development, and private sector development. And second pillar is social development, represented by education and health. And third pillar is peace and stability. We understand that the Northeast region is severely devastated by unfortunate events. So we are closely working with NEDC to revitalize, rehabilitate the infrastructure and the institution in that region. And from the next page, there are detailed explanations about our activities in those three pillars. So I appreciate if you could see it after this meeting. So Dr. Wike, Excellency, in FCT in particular, we have a lot of projects, technical cooperation and financial assistance. So if you could see the list in your handout, there are a variety of activities ranging from urban development, for which I'll explain to you detail in later, and water supply, and waste management, and agriculture, nutrition, health, education, and power supply. On top of those sector-oriented projects, we are very much keen on building the capacity of your staff. So in the bottom lines, we exemplify two training programs. We invited participants from FCT. The topic, for example, concerning education and also SMEs, small and medium scale enterprise. We understand that there are lots of young fellows, promising young youth in this country, in particular FCT, and they need a decent education as well as decent jobs. So we are closely working with the authority concerned to build the capacity and opportunities for those young fellows. So this is a brief explanation of our intervention, our collaboration with FCT. But one thing, since there are lots of stakeholders in development in those sectors, so we are working with FCT, but also we are closely working with the federal government responsible for those sectors. So our aim is to get all those stakeholders together and join forces and integrate our effort for effectively developing the social economy of this country. So this is the overview of our activities. So first, Dr. Wike would say something. Thank you very much.
Gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, let me, on behalf of the FCT Administration, welcome you and your team. I know this visit ought to have taken place before now, but because of series of engagements. So, first of all, we're happy that at the end of the day, the visit has taken place. I'm aware of JICA activities in Nigeria as a former Minister of State Education. I know the activities in education, your efforts to improving access and quality of education. And let me commend you for sustaining it up till now and by carrying it to FCT. The activities are quite wide, spread all over the country, and we seriously commend you. You have been a serious organization and your relationship with Nigeria is quite solid. I've seen the activities mainly which you carry out in the city, particularly when we approved in 2019 about Abuja urban Masterplan. We believe that we have to expedite action in order to concretize by making sure that this is completed at least by 2026. We should have completed this if you put in more efforts to see that we achieved it. It is of utmost importance to us as an administration. The activities in agriculture, particularly as it deals with nutrition, is highly commended. And the training will be happening for our mothers for the sake of our children and making sure our children have nutritious food that will aid their health. So we want to seriously commend you for that. Most of your projects you have completed, particularly some about water projects. We believe we can still sustain our relationship by making sure that we put more efforts to see all the activities lined up are completed within the time frame that is scheduled. We on our part will do all we can to see that we fulfill our own obligations too in matching your own support. So we're happy that JICA is not one of those international organizations that come to make promises without fulfilling them. I have no doubt about your capacity. I know you continue to do more for us. So this administration is willing to cooperate with you more in order to achieve more for our people. So on behalf of the FCT, we sincerely welcome you and believe that our relationship will continue to grow and for a symbiotic relationship anyway to continue, not just on one side. So we are very happy. I know that as a Minister of State Education, I was in Japan and I visited the JICA headquarters. So I know the benefit. So we'll continue to partner with you in training our teachers in the areas that we believe we require most. So we will also be happy that the training should not only be concentrated just here. I know there was a time you really emphasize on mathematics. So that I know very well, you emphasize on mathematics. And we hope we can continue training our teachers on science and mathematics. We really require them. So once more, thank you very much for coming.
I'm now headquarters in the past concerning education. And the thing list, education is one of our priorities for coming years. And we've been closely working with Wike, and also the other day I met with your staff and the Secretary of Education in FCT. So we have very good discussions on how to engage in this field in the coming years. And as Excellency properly mentioned, the Masterplan of Abuja is a quite very important part of development, sustainable development in this region. And we are very much honored that our famous architect, Mr. Kange, cooperated in designing the urban development plan in the past. And we are very happy that we received a request for renewal of master plan in Abuja the other day, for several years ago, and it was approved by Japanese government for implementation. So since then, we've been trying to start the project, but unfortunately, there have been some unfortunate issues like COVID outbreak and some bureaucracies, and we couldn't start up until this moment. But we already know that Excellency has a very strong enthusiasm and leadership for advancing the urban plan. We saw the rapid resumption of roadworks in this very important city since he assumed the office. So we are very much encouraged to see that, and we know that he been collaborating with us to start this very important collaboration project. So this is the request document for revision of the urban master plan. And what we are going to do from now is described in this chart. So as you properly mentioned, the Nigerian government needs to finish this master plan revision by 2026. So we'd like to discuss with Tokyo how to expedite the process to meet this requirement. And one important thing is to establish those three things. So one is in preparation stage. One is general consensus on scope of this project. And second one is chain of command, because this is very huge project. So we need to establish firm channel for communication between FCT and JICA so that we can agree on procedure step by step and make consensus step by step. So I will appreciate if you could assign appropriate persons under your leadership to constantly communicate with each other from now on. And last one is we are expecting a mission from Tokyo to discuss the technical details of this master plan. So sometime this third quarter, fourth quarter, we are trying our best to invite our mission from Tokyo to discuss the contents, outcome, or direction of coverage of this master plan. Then agree, and then we start the revision work. So this is the expected procedures. And this.
Okay, I'm surprised. What happened? Why is there not been any progress as per the master plan?
Your Excellency, the first time JICA, mentioned, the outbreak of COVID in 2020 stalled the process. But ultimately, at the exit of the last administration, the technical cooperation agreement, which was fundamental to the process, was never signed.
It was not signed.
Yes, sir, it was not signed.
Okay. So, understand where now it's department to communicate and relate with you. So we have to take a step to see that the agreement is signed within the shortest possible time. So it depends on you when you are ready. We are ready. If we can exchange the agreements for us to look at it, and then we'll be able to sign the agreements. So if the agreement is ready, you will be able to send it to us. We'll look at it. Then the SSA legal and the bilateral matters, we'll look at it, and then we'll not know what to do. We'll be ready for that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. So we'll discuss with Tokyo documents, agreement, and expect procedures, and we communicate with your staff planning to decide the details of the procedures.
So when they send it, you let the SSA relationship know so that we'll be able to do that. It's very important for us. I hope it will be signed in Nigeria, not in Tokyo. I hope it will be signed there.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Excellency, variety of projects in the coming years in FCT, and again, in addition to master plan and education, another important project is technical cooperation in nutrition. we've been working with FCT statistics, I forgot the EPRS, yeah, for a long time for this nutrition project. And Excellency, they are really committed and really enthusiastic for improving the nutrition status of children and farmers and people in FCT. So I really express my sincere thanks for their efforts. And we are expecting phase 2 of this program. So if we could we briefly explain to you about this expected project? Okay. For the 16th.
It is on for nutrition. Then I'm very pleased to announce we are now in the process of formulating phase 2 of CADNIP. The CADNIP stands for Project on Capacity Development for Nutrition Improvement in Federal Capacity Territory, here, FCT. So this is for pregnant women and also children under 5 years old. So unfortunately now we are under state emergency of food security and nutrition. Food is our life, nutrition is our life. That's why this project is enhancing the knowledge and the capacity for staff in FCT, in particular ADP, Agricultural Development Program Officer, and also PCPB, Primary Healthcare Board. So this is very bottom-up approach. So now we are transferring our knowledge from Japan to Nigeria to enhance nutrition, to prevent malnutrition among children and mothers, future mothers. Then now we are formulating the second one in this coming year. So appreciate your cooperation further. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think the department responsible for that, like you said, are committed and are willing to collaborate very efficiently and effectively to see that our people get the required benefit. So the department is ready. I think it's a role plan. Then what about agriculture? Are they not part of it? Oh, primary care studio. Yes, sir. Okay. So I think the departments are fully represented and ready for it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.